Hey guys, right, on our daily drive again. On my way back, this is a tight area. We've done this area before. Blind junction coming up, and cyclists, look at that. I always tell my students, actually, you look once, but you must look again, because what happens is you'll end up you're not looking really for cyclists, you're looking initially for cars, and then what happens is when you've checked once, then the second time you've checked, your brain's already built up a picture of what's there. You are now going to find more detailed information. So, you know, as I'm looking now, I've seen there's cars, I've seen this signaling, the next one's signaling as well. Now I'm looking again to make sure there's no you know, additional things around them. So never ever just do one check. You need to check again and again, and if that cyclist is not a good example for you guys, then nothing will be, because you know, had I gone straight away after looking once, I would have missed that cyclist. Yeah, maybe that's my own fault, like in the sense when I'm looking for the first time, I might not absorb all the information, but you know, that's just the way I'm built. So I can only give you an example or from my experience. So I would always advise and suggest that you look multiple times. I continuously look as I'm going. You might see my head movement quite a lot whenever I'm at a junction, so I like to build up that picture more and more and more. Sometimes, you know, it's a bit like it's a stupid example, but it's a bit like eating. You don't eat in one massive gulp, you eat bit by bit by bit, and then your stomach is full. So you know, same with the checking. You start looking, you know, left and right, left and right, left and right, and you've built up a massive jigsaw puzzle, and you've seen everything pretty much. So yeah, that's really important. You know, even if I stop the video at that, that's more than enough just for today. But you know, those are huge things. You'll pick up these little things hopefully on these daily drives, I hope, which can help you guys. So multiple checks when you come to junctions, when you come to roundabouts. You know, keep looking. It really does help. All right, now we're coming up to another mini roundabout. That sign there is just a general sign for a warning for a roundabout, but there's a blue sign after it, so that will give you the info that it's a mini roundabout. Okay, there you go, the blue sign's there. And we are now gonna go straight ahead. So I'm looking ahead, they're going straight, the next car is going straight. Those are my blockers. I'm still looking, and I'm looking back at that car again. I don't take my eye off them, because if they change their mind, or they forgot to signal, or were too lazy, then at least I can react to it. Okay, we're gonna go straight ahead, second exit, I believe. No, actually we're gonna go right, third exit, and then we're checking, no one's there. Always double check. Following it around, signal turned off, so I put it back on again. That's also important. And then I'm going round. Now we got the runner, might run across the road, but you know, hopefully won't. And then done, and that's it. Now, big truck, big gap. Okay, bigger the vehicle, bigger the gap. Now this road, I know, is usually, often you get meeting scenarios, it gets a bit tight. Now I can see in front of the truck, I can see they're braking, they're signaling, and now the truck is braking, so I'm backing off, and then we're carrying on. Now the truck is braking, there's a car in front of the truck which I just spotted. Don't know if you guys spotted that in the camera, in the video, but I just saw that. So constantly trying to see what's ahead. Okay, the big truck is quite a good thing sometimes. It's like it parts everything. It's like the parting of the sea with Moses, if you guys know the story. But anyway, but yeah, so sometimes it helps a lot if you're behind them, everyone else has to wait and stop. I'm not saying follow every single car, because you shouldn't. You're meant to make your own decision, but sometimes these big vehicles can help. I've seen students, you know, a bus is parked, the car in front of them has overtaken the bus because there's an easy gap, and they've followed this car. They haven't even assessed whether that other car is starting to come or not, and that's what you should not do. So you know, you need to make your own decisions. But this scenario here, where the coach or the truck is paving the way and you know, taking up all the space, does help a lot. Alright, we've got these pedestrians, they're going to cross, the next guy is going to cross, I'm going to let him go as well. And then we are going to turn right. So giveaway markings, yellow box junction, but not for us here, and we're going to wait and see if it's safe. you can see my exit is blocked a little bit, so I'm gonna wait here, and then I'm just gonna see when they start flowing. Then once my side's clear, I'll start trying to flow in as well. There's a biker there, so these cars are turning in, that other black car's coming. I'm gonna have a glance here, they're flowing through, so I'm gonna try and roll out, see if this guy lets me in. There you go. And this is how you do it in traffic. It's a bit awkward, it's a bit different to maybe normal driving, but now we're gonna go in, sorry, and this lady stopped. Great. Another meeting scenario here, this guy's turning in, and I'm gonna continue ahead. And this road's often tight as well. Blue car's there, they're sort of creeping through, but at a calm pace, so it's nice. You can deal with that. Hopefully that car's sticking out, maybe I might let them go, but depends on the situation. And now I've carried on going through. Now the truck's going through again, and you can also see just past the truck, see if anything's gonna come, if they're gonna wait for anything. And also, you know, when it comes to nighttime, you're gonna end up using people's lights, but when it's sunny, you can also see shadows. So I know it's a silly thing, but you know, when another car is coming and you can't see maybe around the corner, you might see the shadow of a vehicle coming, and those sort of things help. There's so many little things that you can try and pick up on, and you know, that's really important. There's some of my students here. There you go. That's it. Cool. And now we're coming through. All right, let's see what we can do. You know, when we're on a fast road, I hate being behind the truck because then I can't see what's happening, but on these sort of roads I actually don't mind. But on the fast roads I will always try and get away and go around them. So now we're going to go left, and now I noticed another thing today. Some of the students, I think I mentioned it in the other drive, students are doing this. They're driving over this side too much, then when a car comes in they suddenly come in. Though, don't drive like that. You need to drive as much as you need to stay away from your parked cars. Yes, if that means going on the line, fine. Just about going over, fine. But now I can stay within the line and not be a problem. But if I'm going over the line, I'm going to affect that vehicle and I've got to come back again, and you don't want to drive like that. Even if it's clear, you don't want to drive in the middle of a road like this. This is the wrong side to drive on. So use as much as you need to stay away from these parked cars, and not more than that. If it's a road where there's only space for one vehicle to fit through, then you can dominate and stay in the middle. But apart from that, you need to be in your lane. Okay, look how tight it gets here. This car's reversing, and off we go out. Oh, there you go. Another car coming. These are all tight roads. All right, coming up to the end of the road, and we're going to turn right. Notice you can't see anything on the side, so we're going to make sure we're almost stopping. Okay, coming up to the end, I'm going to check both sides. One side's clear, make sure no one's turning in, and technically I'm meant to wait for both sides, and it gets tricky sometimes because this junction, if you don't edge out, you're not going out. So I'm going to edge out slowly after this car, and then we'll see if someone's nice enough to let me in. Nope. Yeah, it's all right. There you go. That's his right of way anyway, and then that guy's nice. Good, perfect. So in traffic sometimes you're gonna have to improvise, but I would advise usually waiting until the examiner kind of sometimes can give you a little bit of advice to go forwards, because they know generally you have to wait for both sides to be clear, and then using your initiative to kind of edge out and roll out sometimes can be a bit of a risky move. But as long as no car comes this side and you don't affect anyone coming into your road, it's absolutely fine. But you know, it's a tough scenario. Usually when it's traffic like that, examiners are quite helpful when you're waiting. I've only had it once where I think where examiner said that the student should have taken the initiative to go out into the roundabout. I think it was when it was quite busy, but I don't know, can't remember that one properly. But yeah, hopefully that's helped you guys. The main thing was that double checking or continuous checking, really important. And I think we'll call it a day here, and then we shall meet up on the next daily drive. Bye. Stop recording.